I started playing guitar when I was 3, and then I learned how to play the drums and piano and bass when I was about 9. And then I started picking up a few other instruments, and when I was 18, I started singing and songwriting. So, yeah. Well, the good songs, the music and the lyrics and everything sort of come out all at once. Yeah, and the really good songs, it all comes out at once within about the time the song is, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and the song's written, and I'm usually sitting there being like, all right, what's this song about?
Should've been a captain so I could sail out to sea. Should've been a dentist so I would have perfect teeth. Should've been asleep so I could live out the stream. Should've been anything but what I chose to be. Should've been a model on the cover of magazines, or politician so I could lie on TV. Should've been famous so I could get shit for free. Should've been anything but what I chose to be.
That's definitely a really tough one. There's definitely not one particular thing. Sometimes it can be walking out on the porch and it's a beautiful day and the birds are singing, and I'll just pick up the guitar and a song will start coming out. Other times something emotionally positive or negative happened, and that will sort of start the fire. Other times it can literally be I'm listening to music and some new song comes on where I'm like, what is this? I'm like, and that sort of gets the wheels turning, and I have to sort of, just pick up an instrument and start writing something similar to that, but it never turns out anywhere close to what they did, but that's okay. It's gone in waves. So I feel like I've gone from like similar styles, in my opinion. Like when I was younger, I did a lot of rock, and then I moved into folk, and then I sort of progressed to like harder folk country stuff, and then went back to rock, and then like keep going back and around. But I do find the older I get, the more sort of just like bass root styles, like even like heavy, like old school blues influences, which I listened to a lot of growing up, are coming out more and more. And I think that's because there's less and less sort of pretension behind it, and more just like heartfelt intent of writing like a song that's authentic to me.
That's Halloween, I'm stuck for some crazy time he's dragging on. But that train keeps rolling, and I'm singing song. When I was just a baby, my mom told me, son, always be a good boy on that blade and guns. I shot made rain on just watching that.
performing to people who don't have English as their native language. I think it's sort of a mutual feeling. Like when I was in the radio station playing, they were all sort of like, I could feel feel them listening to it, and see them, moving their heads, tapping their feet. Like that's all very universal, sort of like just the music itself. Like I can hear a song that's in Portuguese, but if it's a good song with heart and soul behind it, like I can get into it. I don't even need to know what the words are actually saying. Like I can feel them, through the music. And I think that's that's an insanely beautiful thing, because there's not very many things in this life or in this world where you could have people who speak 10 different languages all sit down and feel some sense of unity through one thing, and music's very powerful like that. It's magical in that sense, on like a deeper spiritual level. A little bit of both. When I wrote that song, and I had never had this feeling, but I had a gut instinct that it was gonna wind up in like a big movie or TV show. And I didn't know what, and I didn't seek it out. And a few months after I put the song out, I was contacted by the music supervisor for Virgin River, and they want to use it. I said, that's perfect. Yeah, where do I sign? And I'm definitely grateful for it, though. It's done a lot of cool things for my career and just getting more exposure to my music in general, which is, I think anyone who does music who says they don't want more people to hear their music is full of shit. Because why wouldn't you want your music to be heard? And that's the whole point, for connection with the music and healing, and that's what music is about. So I'm grateful for it, and hearing it on the show was very surreal, Pushing too hard. I went out looking for some angel of death. I wore my black boots and my Sunday best. Found myself in some stranger's bed, like some western romance with a gun to my head. My legs ain't working, my hands are tied. Please pull that trigger on my Colt 45. My name is Bryan Elijah Smith. I'm from the United States, and thank you, Made in Agro TV, for having me today. Thank you.